being able to continue to see the vision and never losing sight of what I want, who I am, what I'm trying to do, that has made it way easier. But a lot of people don't know that I'm really doing this like on my own.
Friday with Cam Newton and Domani in 3, 2.
Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton and son, Mr. Boogie Doll here with another episode of Funky Friday. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise, I really do promise to give good content for the masses. But ladies and gentlemen, I just promise to keep it funky. Now, this particular interview, I would appreciate this one. Being a fan of not just him, but the whole family. You dig what I'm saying? This particular individual is a creative. He's a rapper, a lyricist, and an Atlanta native. He's a son and a brother. I present the song and introduce to others, Mr. Domani Harris.
Yes, sir.
My boy.
Yes, sir.
How you thugging?
Good, man. Glad to be here. How you?
Glad for you to be here, man.
Yes, sir.
But you know good, man. How's life?
I've been enjoying it.
Struggles?
Struggles that I make, I make my own struggles.
Like,
you know what I mean? Just pushing, trying to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I think, as we talked off camera, you've done things in a way where you've earned a lot of respect because you are extremely talented. A lot of people don't give people that respect, especially if you come from an inheritance of privilege.
Right.
Right? How has that journey been for you to really carve out your own,
Being able to continue to see the vision and never losing sight of what I want, who I am, what I'm trying to do, that has made it way easier. But, man, it's really fighting and pulling teeth with people who think you don't deserve it because they may feel like they want it more than you or they deserve it more than you, demanding that respect.
But it's easier said.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, for sure.
So, what's your process of, demanding that you be taken serious in this music space?
For me, just really wanting it and not taking no for an answer. Because some people would tell, like I said, some people will think that you don't deserve it because they think, man, you got this and you done it. And you don't. Nah, this already got my name on it. This is mine. You know?
Yeah.
Like that.
Now, I could tell you feel confident about it and you feel a real emotion about it. What has been your struggles with that process of you rap? Typical. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you T.I. son. But how are you fighting for Domani and not T.I. son? Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's the same individual. But for you, I think it's harder for a nigga like you, if you being honest.
I can't say that.
Explain why.
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm saying I'm not gonna be the one to be able to say that. You could probably say that because you probably maybe have seen both sides.
No, I think what you are battling with or have went through is what my sons will go through.
Absolutely. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I will really enjoy this conversation because you will give me some insight that I did everything and do everything in my life to make sure that my sons and my daughters and my family don't have to go through what I went through.
Right.
Even back to what I said for context, I think your road to demanding your respect is way more challenging than a person who you're the first of, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Because it's like, you go from dope boys in the trap, nigga, thug niggas and drug dealers, where you at? You know what I'm saying? You can have whatever and then you're like, all right, cool, I want to do that too.
Right.
But it's like...
That's what it looked like.
That's what it looked like. That's what the optics say.
Right.
But when you really dive into it and be like, who is this? Oh, that's Tip son. Who?
Right.
Oh, this nigga here got a sound like boom, and your ability to, ride a flow, being compared to J. Cole's of the world and being a true lyricist in the art of music, right? So even when I'm asking a question of growing up in a household full of artists, like what was your earliest memory of music for you?
I would say, man, I just always enjoyed being in the studio. Cause with my father or my sister and the OMG girls and my cousins and the rich kids, like I just enjoyed being around and seeing the process. Like how did this come about? And then when you made it here and then you released it, the masses gravitated towards it. Like you see crowds of people. I just enjoyed that whole process of seeing the music be created and seeing like a bunch of people like just love and enjoy it and they go crazy over something I just seen you make,
Oh, that's dope.
So I would say that right there. Like my father's always brought us all on stage just as babies, but I'm not really, that was kind of normal to me. Like I said, I enjoyed the process, sitting in the booth, seeing this junk come out and how it's actually made. That's my fondest memories of music.
As you talk about just the process, what was an example, or give me an example of you see it happen from here to here to now a stage or a sea of people is reciting or appreciating the work?
When my father was on house arrest, he did a lot of the project Paper Trail in the basement. So he had the studio in the basement, and I was just sitting there just watching him. I mean, I'm still a kid, but I'm in and out of, but it'll be sometimes where we'll sit in the booth and we'll be laughing because he'll be doing his ad-libs, yelling and like making gunshot sounds and stuff. We just in there cracking up. Yeah. And he like, y'all gotta be quiet, okay? He just like, dang.
Expeditiously.
Right. But man, it's that album right there, Paper Trail.
That was a classic, man. As you're saying these projects, like Paper Trail for me, I was at the University of Florida. And nigga, I'm ille. Like, bro, I'm like, God, that was who he was. Like, me and being a journeyman for colleges, T.I. was at the height of his career or ascending as an artist, more being respected mainstream. And his popularity gave me a stamp of approval because I'm like, man, that nigga from Atlanta. He from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta.
Right.
And no matter where I went, I could bump his music and people already know. Even by hearing me and what I was listening to, that was something that's validated. It ain't nothing worse than you saying, who is this? Where that's from? Man, cut that off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Man, put on some blah, blah, blah. But that's just really what it was. When was a time for you where you got bit by that and knew like, okay, this is where I'm at with it. Like I know.
This is what I want to do.
This is what I want to do.
It's two of those because I always knew I wanted to be an artist, but at first it was just from what I seen on TV and like what I thought a rapper's lifestyle looked like. Even though I was around it, but it's still my dad, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still looking at stuff from the screen like that's what I want to be. I want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
And then, as I got older, I started realizing how to really speak my story and express myself in the music. And then when I seen that, what that did for me, and then I put it out into the world, and then I would run into people and they would tell me what it did for them, that's when I was like, this is what I want to do.
That happened early in the transition, or it's constantly happening?
I get surprised every day, not gonna lie, it constantly happens. Like I just had a show in Chicago and it was maybe a 9-10-year-old kid in the crowd. And it like he was chilling for about 30 minutes and then I had I performed this one song, Sleep It Off. Man started bawling, crying, going word for word with me. I didn't know how he related to this song or what it meant to him. But I was just like, man, I ain't never seen that before, you know? Especially from that young of a kid, and I didn't know how that song.
As an artist as a whole, not just you specifically, but as an artist, this gives, it's almost therapeutic. I don't even think that that's even the word to express what music does. It's relatability for people, and we oftentimes have these issues as humans of communicating.
Yeah.
When a song plays and it's like, God, nigga, I'm going through that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I want to pop you feel me? Like, boom, let me play this. I do it to this day where if I'm feeling rebellious, like, bro, I gotta bump music that's gonna feed that. If I wanna be zenned out, there's music that does that. How do you be obedient to those emotions that people extract from music? Not just your specific music, but knowing, like, as I'm going into my creative state, do you go into it saying, I want to create this type of song? You know what I'm saying? Or is it the melody that moves your thought process in creating a song?
I try to do a little bit of both, just to sharpen steel, just to make sure I'm like good, and because I'm not always gonna be inspired, and I'm not always gonna feel like talking. So then I will just have to just be consistent and just come up with anything, not gonna lie. And then as I'm rambling, I will start realizing this is what I've been feeling like. And this is, I actually do want to say this, because I don't think none of that stuff is an accident, but most of the time, I always know and feel something. And it's always about me before, like I think you were saying, like, I'm not thinking about the people or thinking about, I want this to do this or make these numbers, or I want this to be on radio, so I gotta make a radio song. When I'm creating, it's about me or whatever I've experienced and how I wanna talk about that. And then after that, it don't got nothing to do with me. After I've already let everything out, expressed myself, said how I wanna say it, it's like, it's the world's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta get out the way of that and let it really be whatever it can be.
Being from Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and what that meant to me, going to different places. What did being raised in Atlanta teach you musically and personally?
That it's okay to really be yourself. I feel like in Atlanta, we got so many just creative people that's just unafraid and just confident and just being themselves. And I don't think I've seen that as much anywhere else as I do, in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We got Thug, Future. Thug was really, that's a big one because he came out just 100% out the gate being himself. But it's a lot of people like Thug though, that's just in Atlanta, and they really just inspired by him because they're being 100% themselves. Like I said, I think that's what I could take from Atlanta.
Talk to us about your relationship with Thug. Obviously.
Yeah.
You see it with Tip, right? And being an OG, I think like Tip don't get enough praise because he's been a matriarch for the pulse of Atlanta.
Yeah, he don't care. He don't care for the praise, I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I've seen it firsthand. Like, I've seen this man be a leader of men.
Right.
With gangsters. And also artists, but also just regular people. You feel what I'm saying? Then anybody who know Tip, like, the nigga ain't but this big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, his presence is undeniable.
Right.
You witnessing that. But talk before we get into, him, just your relationship with the
Thug is like family. Thug is family. And I think I got introduced to him around the same time when About the Money was created. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit before, but I don't think I seen my father and Thug linking up. I don't think I seen that making sense. But one day they was just linked. Actually, we may have met on Christmas. On Christmas for probably about 2, 3, maybe 4 years, we just had like a tradition of just going to the movies with Thug. And like, Pops would bring us, and then I think Thug would bring some of his family, and we would always just end up going to the movies. But it was never like planned. We just at the movies on Christmas, But
what?
I don't know. But I think that's when I first met him. And ever since then, man, we really just been family. Nothing but love. He a good dude.
But why the movies though?
I don't know. I didn't even realize it until probably it started happening for the third time in a row. Like the third year, I'm like, we at the movies again. Yeah, with the.
I'm thinking to myself, like, hold on. That's really a great idea because a lot of good movies, the best movies come out on Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's a strategy for filmmakers because they know, like, we got to drop a banger for, like.
Yep. And the Harris family and Thug and his family is in the movies on Christmas.
You remember Magic?
Magic.
Not Magic City, but I'm talking about like Magic Johnson's theater.
Nah.
You too young for that?
I think so.
Golly.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
All right, so Magic Theater was a hub. And anybody from Atlanta know there's certain hubs that is just nostalgic for the south side of Atlanta. All right? Magic City, not... Lord,
You keep talking about Magic City.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm just skewed. When you hear Magic, you just all of a sudden think. But Magic Theater, Magic Johnson Theater was over there by Greenbrier, right? Greenbrier Mall was a staple. Magic Theater was a staple. Skate Town, Cascade was a staple. The Discount Mall. It didn't matter what discount mall you went to. You could be the one on Old National or the one over there in Greenbrier. These things, it just epitomizes the youth of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? This is where you had to put your nouns and the verbs together. But you also had to be able to protect yourself because cats was gonna try you. You feel what I'm saying? If you had to learn how to finesse. We go over there for the matinee and stay all day and watch 3 or 4 movies, you know what I'm saying? But at the end, you didn't know how those experiences curated who you were.
Right.
And how much of an impact that it did have. I made a mistake by saying matriarch, but T.I. is definitely a patriarch. And just seeing how he moves, how has that impacted you and seeing that from your lens?
Man, it's so much, not gonna lie. If we just talking about music, just the fact that he moves like a machine is something I feel like I really wanna learn how to do. Not gonna lie, because I'm inspired by that. He don't need no vibe. He don't need the right beat in his head. He don't need no light. Like, he don't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He don't need to feel like or be inspired. He'll just be like, you wanna do something? Let's do something. And just do it. You know what I'm saying? And it should be that simple, but a lot of times I've always seen him like this, like on like big records, big features, big platforms, big opportunities. He don't need nothing. He's just like, and just give him like 10, 15 minutes. Mm. So I could take that from him. That's just music. Of course, just as a human, as a father, I just had a daughter. So
Congrats.
Thank you. Just how he's always made time to be there for us and instill all the things he's instilled in us to really set us up for success. All of the above, not gonna lie. We can sit and talk about him for just, you know.
I'm gonna take it there real quick, cause
Okay.
Do you really know who your dad is?
That's a crazy question.
You could go, and there's so many different pockets, and it's just a testament to his longevity, right? You hear the mainstream bangers like "No One on the Corner Has Swagger Like Us," like that
Right.
record. But then I'm thinking like Dope Boys in the Trap. You got PSC.
Right.
You got Hustle
Talking
Gang.
about like musically, do I know?
I'm talking about, and then you got what was it? What's the film that he played? It was the banger
ATL.
with ATL. Then you have Taker, like
American Gangster.
dog, like for me, you know what I'm saying? It's so much. It's almost like, dare I say it, but I'm going to. I was seeing a clip of Tom Brady, and he really had 3 different careers in one: his 20s, his 30s, and his 40s. Right? I'm thinking about Tip the same way. It's like you want to go mixtape Tip. You got album Tip. You got T.I.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to go movies? You want to go, like...
Just a business, man.
Just, bruh.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, the business... Man, I remember he had a little spot, a food spot. Oh, it was downtown. So it was just so much like, oh, this tip spot. Like, golly.
Yeah.
Nigga, he got his hand in everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But still staying true to who he was. So, how do you encompass that? Life's all about leveling up. Whether I'm handling business on the field or kicking back in my zone. I like to celebrate with cigars that match the moment. That's why I linked up with Famous Cigars to bring you guys a crazy deal. Yeah, you heard that right. 8 top-rated cigars at $1 a stick. Top quality brands like Oliva, Romeo and Julieta, Davidoff, and that's just to name a few. Hand-picked and just for my fans and worth over $80. But given to you for $8. Hit up famouscigars.com/Cam and lock in this exclusive deal. While you're there, check out their insane collection of premium cigars, all shipped fresh and fast from their massive 20,000 square foot humidor. Famous Cigars has been in the game since 1939 and still family owned. If you know me, you know family means everything. So celebrate every win with my friends at Famous. 8 cigars for $8. No, 8 premium cigars for $8. That's famouscigars.com/Cam.
Just like you said, I don't be knowing he got some stuff. Like we'll just be driving and say, we got that too. And then we got that. I'm just like, sometimes I don't be knowing what he got going on. But in a sense like that, it may be standing too close to the elephant. You heard of that? You don't know the size of the elephant when you're standing too close to it. Like, all you see is just the skin and the texture of the skin, but when you back up, you see, dang, it's a big old elephant in the room. You know?
Yeah.
But that's always pops. So it's like, it's really kind of hard to switch that perspective. I guess my answer is I don't think I will ever be able to see it from that perspective.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so close to that big old elephant, if I will say.
How did your time on like Family Hustle shape the way you view fame and privacy now? Because you're an individual that we've seen and knew of since you knew of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I value my private life. You hit it dead on the head. I think that show made me realize that I don't want to actually show this right here. This is my...
you got to have something to yourself.
Exactly. And not saying that it was just too much shown on the show. Like, we was actually having good times, you know what I mean? And it's the people thinking that they know you and people thinking that now because you let us in, we're entitled to know everything else that's going on. It's like you started letting us in, you know what I mean? Why don't you... This is what you wanted. But that's not really the case, you know?
What were the challenges or what are the challenges of growing up in that type of dynamic? Because I spoke brief about it, and this is where you helped me. Everybody thinks like, oh man, who wouldn't want to have this? Who wouldn't want to have a household like this? It's so rich with respect. It's so rich with notoriety, but you don't really know until you're the vessel in the situations that you go through.
Right. Man, I really don't even like talking about stuff like that because I feel like my challenges, like if I try to find the challenges or struggles, I feel like people will feel like, man, they got some real stuff going on. Like, I'm gonna say some junk like, people noticing me, gotta be aware of my surroundings, taking pictures, you know what I mean? Like, and then people gonna be like, they actually got some stuff going on. So I don't even like trying to speak about that.
So answer this one.
Or sounding like I'm ungrateful. You know?
I got you. What's the biggest misconception that you've heard about Domani?
A lot of people don't know that I'm really doing this like on my own. Yeah, I know you said earlier that it could be harder coming from doing it how I'm doing it and coming from the background that I came from.
For sure.
I'm not gonna say that, but I feel that. And I think people really don't understand that perspective, because that is a perspective. So I think that's a big misconception.
But give light to it though. And I don't want you to be fearful of what you say, of how you say it, because the truth of the matter is, bro, you're talking to an individual that knows this. Whatever you say, people gonna critique it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I think what you're able to do is give light to something where a person may not have even known. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you said it oftentimes in your music, and we'll get to that, but it's like, bro, I'm trying to make it on my own. Like, I'm not trying to be the guy that's riding the coattail.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And if you've done it, how were you able to find your own voice? And when did you identify you have to find your own voice for that?
Right. Consistency, just constantly recording. I don't know, man. I think over time you will say to yourself, because I have, like, this me, and this is what I like to do. Like, I have my engineer, then I start noticing, okay, I always like stacking my vocals and putting them on my left and my right and making the music sound full. Then that's just your sound. It's just repetition and knowing what you like. Mm-hmm. And then I guess over time, that's your sound. Continuing to accept the challenge and make music.
As you identify your sound, right? Like, what did you grow up listening to, right? Because when you listen to you as an artist, it's very artsy. It's very intentional. It's like, you said, like, it's full. Like, every beat has a voice and it's talking, and it's like, oh, I see what you did with that. Oh, you brought it back to here. Oh, okay, I see that. You know what I'm saying? As you're telling a story, not a lot of artists are able to tell that story rapping over a beat. You feel me? So what music kind of pushed you to that and helped you shape to that sound that we hear now?
Outkast, UGK, just the Dungeon family in general. Jay-Z, of course my father, and he actually he talks about this on stage, like how I would name people and not name him. I only would not name him because I thought people would assume that I obviously am inspired and I would listen. I grew up around, my pop's music. Kendrick, Cole, all the people who have stood the test of time. Yeah. Them, 100%.
How did your parents or even family react to the information being told to them that you wanted to take this independent route? Because label, you could have did that easily, but you're taking this path of independence. Right. Why?
Leverage. I'm not against like a major label deal. It just, I'm aware, and I'm not gonna do something that don't really make sense. And I don't need to do that. Like, I'm not in a position where it's like I need that. Some people, it makes sense to do that, and if it's on the table, all right, you should take it. But nah, I don't think I got those same cards. And I'm able to do exactly what I want to do and like reach my fans exactly the way that I want to do it and exactly like how they want to be reached, you know? Yeah. I'm not against a major label though.
Is it that you don't, it's not right for you now? And if that's the case, what would you feel it is right for you to kind of say, all right, I want to go with the major?
When I say leverage, it's like I'm going to be able to say, this is what I bring to the table, and you see, this is what I'm doing already. You all are definitely planning on enhancing this, so this is what I got already, so what we gonna do now?
Right, how can you magnify my already built community?
Right, we're not starting from ground zero. You see, this is what we got. So what's your offer? You know, like having that type of leverage.
I always say it in this way, content and music is almost the same parallel. It's anything that takes place with creating and curating your own audience. And you may look at it, or not you, but people may look at it in a way like a podcast. Well, a flex or anybody will want to spend other people's money to do what you really want to do, right? The OPM, right? But you create more leverage for yourself when you're already coming with millions of followers, right?
Right.
The SoundCloud artists are very impactful because they already have multiple listeners that's looking forward to, certain things and popping. Well, it's the same thing with content. When you go on YouTube or you go on different platforms and you say like, hey, you got 1 million views every single time. You got hundreds of thousands of views every single time.
You know something.
You got to figure it out. And it was, I seen a clip that was like, labels, no matter what it is, or platforms, they don't really care about the character. They care about the audience that the character brings.
Right. They're in the business.
Yeah.
They're in the music business.
Who taught you that?
Seeing it, and it's a lot of times if you just have it in front of your face, you'll know that, okay, that don't make sense or that does make sense.
Yeah.
But it's not really brought to everyone's attention and like put out in front of you like that. Like stuff is written in lawyer language, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't really understand what that is. But if you got someone that could really break it down, then you'll know, oh, that don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
Or this make better sense. Just being around that though, and I've been in meetings with my father and asking questions. I'm always the kid asking the question in the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, over time.
So take me through, like, what's a lyric of yours that you feel says the most about who you are?
I have no idea. I don't even keep my music in my head, like that.
How do you create? What do you need to create?
I just need to just get up. I just need to get up in the morning and hear some music.
Is it
That's pretty much it.
experiences or feelings?
All of the above. Perspectives, experiences, stories, conversations, feelings, emotions, thoughts about the future, thoughts about the past, thoughts about the present. Am I being present? Asking questions.
My favorite project, like I even told Tip this, my favorite project was with you and him on Family Connect.
Yeah.
Right? And the lyric goes, I used to run from my last name. I was mortified of being that nigga that lived off a nigga at 25. So I moved out at 18 and now I'm on my own. Pops, I know you got it, but I'd rather make it on my own.
Yeah. That's a good one. But that wasn't in my head. You know what I'm saying? That's actually, I'm glad you said that. I would use that answer if I had that song in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you think about, there's been this popular word that's been thrown, here of recent, nepotism. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but you got to tell me that one.
So when you think about Shadur Sanders, Deion Sanders, when you think about Bronny and LeBron, when you think about, Jaden Smith and Will Smith, when you think about so many black families who have leveraged their children's success, no different than anybody else would do it in any culture, any race, or whatever. But for you, it sounds from your music, you're against that. You want to have a distinct difference of, I did this on my own, and you want, or you demand respect for that.
Right. And it's not even like doing it on my own. It's like I got my own vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody got their own vision. And it just may not align with someone else's, Yeah. I got a totally different situation, totally different story. I think it should stand on its own.
So one thing that I also, being a fan of your music, you talk to the ladies a lot in your music. Like in a very, okay, it's play it, it's P.
Yeah.
Staying private, but also, what's your dating life like?
Man, I just be working.
But it comes with it though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, you can go who you are, but it's also who you're becoming too.
Yeah.
Like from vibes or decorations or ladies or women or whoever. It's been so many different synonyms to express that, and it's needed. But you do it in a very artistic way. Is it, going back to, is it the feeling or the actual?
Man, it's really all of the above, man. I like a story. I like a good conversation, and I tend to be good at turning it into a song. Just like the song where I got my phone number on. I didn't think nothing about it. I didn't think, oh, this is great marketing. I just thought this is a conversation. And in a normal conversation like this, I would say, take my number down. Or what's your number? Here it is.
Are you musically inclined?
Like, do I play instruments?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't play instruments.
How do you know if the song is for you? Do you create beats?
Nah, I don't make beats. And the reason why I feel like I had a bunch of people around me that played instruments, so I could just say, can you play this? And they'll play exactly what I was hearing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I didn't need to lock in for years like you to really, I could just keep y'all around and we all could eat. So.
Now, talk to me about the battle between ghostwriters and your own music, or you writing, or you going and creating your own lyrics.
I don't think it's a problem with that. That what you're asking? Like, is it a problem with ghostwriting?
Have you had a writer for you?
I just got in with Nisha. Nisha, she's a dope writer. And no, I don't have a problem with writers.
But there's this, from the outside looking in, there's a misconception of education that's like, oh, well, somebody wrote that for you. And it happens a lot in music, but as...
It happens a lot in hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
Right.
Right? Can you educate us on that type of dynamic and what's the difference and how should we approach it from your lens?
I don't know how... I don't think it's wrong. I ain't gonna lie. I think the problem comes where someone will say they're the best rapper or they're the best MC, and then it's like, but did you write that? Like, are you just...
Touche.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's when people got misunderstandings. But just creating music, like, it just depends on how you look at music. You may look at it from a business perspective, like that may make sense for you business-wise, and you just want to continue to make music that makes a lot of money. You don't care about who writes it,
Yeah.
And it can be like that. But like I said, I think when people start saying, I'm the greatest to ever do it, like, would you be specific, What are you saying?
You grew up in a household that was rich in music. Has anybody ever wrote your rap, or have you ever wrote somebody else's music? You think about your sisters, your brother, obviously, parents and that dynamic.
Right. I think people want me to say I write for my father, or I have. I've never written for him. He's written for me when I was a little kid trying to figure it out and, like, not really knowing what music is.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, say this, whoop de whoop, that's cool. You need to say stuff like this. Like, he's written, and like my cousins done wrote for me. But when I knew my story and what I wanted to say, and I know exactly how I want to say it. And can't nobody say it like me. So it's like,
do you think artists have a responsibility to say something real or to just entertain?
It just depends on what you in it for, man. If you don't care about it making money or making a career out of it, or if you don't care about it reaching that many people and it's just you doing it for you, man, it doesn't matter. As long as it's for you and it's helping you.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you're in it for.
Now, the first thing that it kind of stood out with your presentation is you don't have this crazy assortment of jewelry.
Right.
It's like, dare I say basic, because it's not basic, but it's not your typical rapper rollout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
not logos, not flashy.
Yeah. Like, of course it's intentional.
Right.
And it's not to say that you can't afford it or you can't have it for your own, but why you take this approach?
I don't like logos. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like looking at, like I'm supporting or advertising a logo. I don't really like that. I think you can see that in my day-to-day outfits.
Everything.
Nothing has a logo. But I like textures more than anything.
Patterns, silhouettes, things
Right.
like that, yeah.
And I don't really care like who made that shirt or what brand is that. I don't want someone to see me wearing a very expensive brand because of the logo and then they think, oh, that's what they need to get. Or they need to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's real. I grew up around it. So it's like at first, I'm seeing my father wearing expensive clothes or this is Louis Vuitton, this is Gucci, or this is Balenciaga. This is what I need. Like, I need to, like, I felt that. I remember feeling like, man, I need that because that only made sense. I need to feel like how he feel. Like, I need to have people see me like how people see him or anyone else that would look like that. And I was like, dang, if I feel that way, other people will probably feel that way when they see me too.
Yeah.
So that's why I just chose not to do that.
So how do you, and have you been faced with writer's block?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah. You just, what I tend to do and what I've learned to do is just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. And I think that's just because of maybe lack of inspiration. Maybe you're not excited about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it could be like that sometimes. It's not gonna always be exciting, Yeah. But it's just, what are you in it for?
I oftentimes hear artists say, I gotta just tap in. Like, what's your tap in moment, right? Where you feel like, I gotta get around this, whether I gotta go out or I gotta fly somewhere or I gotta be around this particular, group of people. Like, what's your tap in moment that you gotta tap into feeling inspired again?
How I've been writing lately, I've been writing in the car, or if I'm working with someone and I would step out of the room, put my headphones on. I guess maybe that's my tap in. And yeah, I don't know, but every time I'm in the car, like I'd be in the studio, I could hear a beat that I like, know that I want to write to it, and then I'll say, send me the beat, I'm gonna be right back. And I just sit in the car.
With headphones on or in the car and it's playing?
Through the car speakers.
Through the car speakers.
Yeah, so when I'm in the car, I'm playing it through the car speakers.
Yeah.
And whatever it just sounds different to me. I don't know.
Are you by yourself in the car?
Yeah, a lot of times, but I don't even think it matters. Like I've been riding with people and having to keep replay a beat because I'm writing to it, But
You need background noise? Like, do you allow people to talk?
Absolutely. It's just, if I got my headphones on, I don't care what's going on in the room,
Yeah.
If I can hear it, it really don't matter.
I have to ask this question because it gives me a lot of perspective, and as a parent, like, what advice would you give my kids growing up?
Dang, that's a good question. You the first person to ask me that too.
For real?
For sure. I would imagine, like you told me, like you think about this stuff too.
No, for sure. It's a constant.
Right.
It's like, just imagine as a parent, everybody, like, what number your son? Number 1? Like, no, bro. Like, where your son at? He play quarterback?
Right.
Look at, like, no.
Right.
And people don't know that it's intrusive. It's like, bruh, nigga, I'm just trying to come see my son, dog.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to come support my daughter, bruh. But nobody asked the individual. And I have to share, or my sons and daughters have to share me with the world. And people don't understand it. They just want a picture.
Right.
But it's like, I want to be a dad. Like, you don't see this fork in my hand and we're at a round table. Like, how would you give me insight as well as from their perspective too?
That's big. Man, okay. Assuming they want to do what you want to do. Like they want to play football as well.
Right.
Really do it because you want to do it. And don't get caught up. And don't accidentally don't accidentally do it because you see dad doing it. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you know that this is what you want to do, 100% because you want to do it, everything else is a lot easier. Just like you said, it may be harder than, your journey may be tougher than the average person without all the help. The help may actually be hurt. But I think that's the biggest one, man, knowing that you really want to do it because of you and tell your story. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Another good piece of advice is I feel like if you raise your kids the right way, they will start to see what they will take from you and what they'll not take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Look at me and understand that don't take everything from me. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff would apply to you, some stuff will not apply to you. What I'm trying to say is see the flaws in me, but without saying that. See some flaws and don't ignore the flaws because I'm dad. You know what I'm saying? See the flaws and take what you should take.
That's love. Now, what would you want your daughter to take from you?
What do I want my daughter to take from me? What I feel like a good man should be, and what a good man looks like. How to be treated by a man, how a man should treat you, how a man should take care of you, be patient with you, all of the above.
How do you feel about the comparables? Like when they be like, bro, listen to this sound like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you hear that a lot.
Yeah, I do. I get it. And sometimes I can hear myself and say, dang, I did sound like Cole, or I did sound like Kendrick, or I did sound like my father. Because these are real people that I really looked up to and like studied. So I get it. Or even like explaining it to someone else, someone asking like what kind of music it is. Or it's kind of like this and this, whoop-de-whoop. So I understand it.
But how does it make you feel?
Okay, so if someone's saying that I'm trying to be like someone else, that makes me a little uncomfortable. Yeah.
Because for me, I came into the sport and I really didn't have no comparables. I was like, man, you can't keep playing like that. We ain't never really seen that. You feel me?
Right.
But on your behalf, it's like we live in a comparative society where it's like, oh man, it's kind of like this.
Right.
You know? Have you had the opportunity to meet Cole or Kendrick?
Yeah. I had an opportunity to form a relationship with Cole.
That's dope.
Yeah.
How has that been for you?
Man has helped out in numerous ways. He done picked up the phone when probably he didn't have to. He had me on his festival. He had me open up the festival. Shoot, he's connected me with people that to help my career.
Yeah.
And I say this because people would say, well, you know, when's the Cole feature? He's helped me in like numerous ways outside of just getting on the song, you know?
Yeah. I think too, like people don't realize like help and assistance comes in way many different facets than just what J. Cole could do for you or Kendrick or even your father or any artist can do for you. It's not just solely based off of them doing a feature or a collab with you. It's like, yeah, you and your dad made music together, but him being a vessel for you to see, that has shaped you immensely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? More than anything else. But what does success look like for you?
Success for me is not even realizing you're working because you're doing what you love to do, and that allows you to say yes when you want to say yes to the people you love. That's success for me. I want to go on this trip. I want to go on this vacation. Can we do this? Can we do this? Yes, we can. Yes. I think that's success for me.
How do you stay grounded in a world that thrives off of attention and clout?
Knowing yourself, keeping good people around you, and staying focused on the mission.
Thoughts on beef?
If it's real, express yourself.
Do you think there is a way, especially for artists, right? You see a dynamic where in normal situations, in normal life, your mouth can get you in trouble and get you out of trouble.
Right. And I was talking about musically. I'm speaking from like an
No.
artist. Yeah.
For sure. But as an artist, that's a skill.
Right.
And you can take it there and know the ramifications of it.
Right.
And we've seen examples left and right. You know what I'm saying? Even in your household. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we've seen that happen. Grateful that nothing actually happened. But in this world of, I always say it on ratings are impacted by rivalries. And if the ratings are impacted by rivalries, then if the rivalry is good enough, then those ratings will impact revenue. Because it's all entertainment. I'm a fan of battle rap.
Yeah.
And not because of the disrespect that one individual is saying to the other. It's like, yo, how did he think to use a gospel analogy and make this person feel this small and using disciples as comparables to chicks? It's so crazy, but that's a skill.
Right.
So from the beef element, what's your thought process of what you've observed, and how do you stay away from it? Or do you?
Man, I think it's always gonna be someone that don't always like all the way agree with you. I don't think I just try to stay away from like I'm not thinking I don't want to beef with this person, so I shouldn't do this. Mm-hmm. I don't think I think that. I try to treat people how I would want to be treated, and understanding that, just being an understanding individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never know what someone's going through. Kind of like treat everyone with respect. But that's not because I don't want to beef with no one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just morals and principles.
Speaking on beef, like what's your connection with like a Cole or a Kendrick? How did you feel about, J. Cole bowing out of the Big Three beef?
Yeah.
You know
I think it made a lot of sense once we seen what it actually turned into.
Can we talk about it?
Sure, yeah.
When he gracefully bowed out, everybody was like, oh man, that's soft.
Yeah.
But it was really a precursor. He knew what certain parties was capable of.
But he knew himself though. He got such an understanding of himself. He knew like I'm really, if I go forward with this, it's gonna be because of the people. I'm thinking about everyone else thinking about what I should do. You know what I'm saying? That's probably how he thinking. But him having a great understanding of himself, he asking himself, and that took a lot of courage.
No, for sure. I never really thought about it like that though.
Yeah.
Cause you don't really want to be on that type of time.
Don't even really want to do that. He wanna, man, stay on vacation. He want to be on vacation with the family.
Yeah.
So.
Bro, like, dang. Cause even for me, I don't have no beef. But you can say certain things and people can assume that to be beef.
Yeah.
And as it's happening, they said this, what you gonna say?
Exactly. Instigating.
And you know where you got to go to have it justified or validated.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may not even wanna, I ain't on that type of time, bro. So I see it, I hear it. How has that, different lessons from your dad taken his past beefs head on?
I ain't never really thought about his past beefs, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
We talking about...
So you got Lil Flip.
I know that one.
You got that one. You got Shawty Low.
Okay, I ain't even think about Shawty Low.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And must be two sides, and then what's up?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Right.
Like that's a part of my youth. You dig what I'm saying? And you don't know the worst that can ever happen, in whether it was because of beef or not, it was obviously Pac and Biggie. there's also been a lot of violence that has been attached to that, and those are worst case scenarios.
Right.
But it's not to kind of poke at like that, but it's also, you see a 50 Cent and Rick Ross beef that they antagonize each other all the time. Like, how have you been able to kind of navigate, and what's your thought process of just how it's differences in everybody, man? As long as we got two different individuals, everybody's gonna have their own type of thought process and feelings.
Musically, man, like I said, if it's real, I feel like you deserve to express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the right to hear what you say and express themselves, you know? If it's real. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people will say and start stuff for the hope of gaining money or gaining clout. I don't think that's real.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really have a disagreement with someone, and you know y'all gonna go in the booth, because I'm talking about music.
Yeah.
I think that's all right.
Now,
understanding, my bad.
Go ahead.
Understanding, just like you said, you may burn some very important bridges. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, these people, like my father and Shawty Lowe, they ended up like being okay.
Yeah.
And I believe we was in the same neighborhood, and they would like hang out a little bit and be almost neighbors. And so they was cool. So a lot of times you can get over it and y'all could be cool again, but that's just life.
Now, as an artist, for you specifically, what scratches your competitive itch? Like, what is something that somebody may do or something that may happen and be like, okay, I got to turn up on this?
Right. Just seeing dope stuff, man. Just seeing, like, if Kendrick, every time Kendrick puts something out, man, you just know that we got to take this to a whole nother level. We got to go back to the drawing board. Just seeing dope stuff.
Yeah.
Or anybody that just do something dope, man, that just make you want to, you don't look at your own stuff and saying, like, bro, I could have did this better. These people are showing me that I could have did this way better. You know?
Yeah.
That's where the competitive.
So in this whole rollout of artists, right? It's a cliche kind of topic: money, cars, clothes, hoes. Or in this realm of hip hop rap, you know, you got drill, kill, or steal. Right? What has been your avenue to say, like, nah, it may be on that type of time, one of those topics, but where does your artistry kind of elevate outside of just the normalcy that other artists kind of speak on?
Man, I like a good story. I like to say something. I don't like for it to be the same thing from the beginning to the end of the song. Like, I like a good conversation, and I like to think, how many details can I put in this 12-bar verse to paint the picture more vivid than the next person? How can I engulf them into my world, my vision, paint the picture in 12 bars? How can I do that? That's how I think.
Yeah.
And still make it a song.
It's a challenge. What's your relationship with the social media? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been an independent artist, having such a bandwidth of your audience, and it's impacted off of what you put out. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all the major platforms, YouTube. What has your creative process looked like for each and every platform that you kind of roll things out on?
Yeah, lately I've been just enjoying creating different visuals and showing people. I don't know, man, because it used to be you create one music video, you put the music video out, and that's literally the only visual attached to that song. You know? Now I'm like, just like how we was listening to music before we started this, that's a visual. We playing music here that's real, recorded. And or people jog and be listening to music. So I'm gonna make a visual of me jogging and playing my music. So if that's what you mean by like social media,
No, yeah, for sure. Like you got to think about that, and I think as any type of creative, not just an artist, as any type of creative, you have to know how a third party is going to see it and receive it.
Yeah.
And you just hope what you put out is received how we call it in football, the play caller's purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the artist's purpose for making this song? You know, what was the creative's purpose for rolling this out? It's like, oh, okay, I see the type of flow, and I receive it as that. Right. And then there's other times where it's like, well, I didn't want that. And it's not done that way. You feel me? How have you been able to manage the disappointment of the industry?
I will say something my father said, if you live for the cheers, you'll die by the booze. So it's like, if that's what's keeping you alive, the encores and the people saying they love it. Whenever they say they don't, that's gonna kill you. You know? So I don't hold that on such a high pedestal. You know, I take feedback, and I love to understand how it's translating to people. Yeah. But nah, everything ain't gonna be for everyone. And every time it's not gonna all the way translate, like you said. It's not gonna reach that person, or I could have did that better. That's real. So man, it's just, me actually taking the shot every single time is important.
For sure. Yeah. Now, what type of respect does a person have to have, or what type of acceptance that you give a person for you to receive criticism? Because criticism comes in comments, criticism comes in the person walking by, but what does that person have to mean to you for you to receive it? Like, oh, okay.
Man, I don't even think it matters. It's harder to tell. It don't even matter, man. I ask myself questions, and I try to be honest with myself. So anyone can say something, and if I register it and I'm honest with myself and I feel like that makes some sense, or that it was some truth in that, I'm gonna take that, you know? Yeah. So it don't matter who said. It don't matter who said.
Yeah. Now, how does your current project reflect where you are mentally and emotionally?
I think my current project and where I'm at right now is that it's time. It's time, but it's always been time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just, it took for me to say, it's time for it to be time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to say next year or 2 years from now, that's not finna help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not waiting on an opportunity or waiting. I'm creating this because it is time. Yeah. So I think that's where I'm at, and that's how my current project reflects where I'm at.
Now, last question. What artist, producer, designer, whatever, that you will want to work with that you haven't?
Man, I would just name, because I don't be just knowing everybody, but obviously Pharrell. But more than anything, man, I want to work with the person that has the same hunger and drive as me. And that could be anyone. Of course, I want to work with Summer Walker, Ari Lennox. I like Bia. Shoot, we could just name a bunch of different artists.
Ahead,
but
bro. Like this is manifestation at its finest. You know
yeah, but more than anything, the person that has that drive, that hunger, that really wants it, and it translates in the music and in the work. 100%.
Say less. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Anything else, Domani?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. As we end things here at Funky Friday, man. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
Boom. So we're gonna start with this camera. It's gonna look like this. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. And when I say all together, we're gonna say what? One love. Here we go. You ready? One finger.
Am I doing this?
Yeah.
Do it again?
It's a group project. We're going.
Is this?
My boy tripping, man.
Yeah.
Look, one finger. Then we're gonna go to this camera, one pinky. Then we're gonna go to that camera, one thumb. And when I say all together, we're all gonna say one love. You good?
Yeah.
One finger, one pinky, one thumb. All together, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, Domani.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.